in preparation for actually sticking it together. So I think it's going to be easier when we actually put this next one on. And then if we think about the next shapes, that's going to be nice and simple, he says. And you know I say that about every stage of this project, and I'm like, yeah, that's going to be really easy. But this genuinely should be easier. So we should just be able to stick a piece on that's going to follow this edge. It'll be double layered because we need to then thin it down. We just need the glue. That is the main thing. I think if we had working glue, we'd do a lot more today, but we don't. So I think we'll retreat. So let's put this to the side for now. At least it's improved a little. Like, we're getting a little bit more detail, and like, to look at it from above, like, that shape is good, apart from the end where we haven't stuck it on yet. So we do need to do that. But I'll do that off stream. It's symmetrical. We've just got to get that last bit attached. So whether I leave that and wait for new glue to arrive, order some new glue, take a break. Yeah, the only issue, I'm away this weekend, so unfortunately I can't do anything over the course of the weekend, which is a shame. But you know, got to get some other stuff done. But we'll come back to it, and I will do my best for next week to get some evening streams in place. Tuesday is quite possible, but I won't kind of tie myself into it just in case. Oh my god, I'm super tired. But has anyone got any questions? Has anyone got any burning questions about anything that I was doing today, or anything that you're seeing on screen, or just generally? Let's have a little chat. I'm gonna cool off a bit. My voice is suffering, I think. I'm just, yeah. I think we're gonna relax. What sort of stuff? What sort of tools do we use for sculpting the foam? Knives, and knives, and occasionally a heat knife. So basically, there's almost scraps. Let's get rid of those. So a sharp scalpel, like, you can't go wrong. This one I've been using for a little bit, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. No, I'm not going to leave it on the desk. That's a silly idea. Let's put it in the knife pot. So, whenever I want to sculpt something, let's just say I'm going to remove, let's chop off that bit there. Say if I was making a dagger. How's the wedding prep coming along? You're making most of it yourself? Yeah, we're doing lots of little trinkets and bits. So we've got some stuff's underway already. Other bits need to be started, but there's a lot to do. So yeah, still got plenty ahead. We've got a month now to do it. In fact, less than a month. So let's say if I'm making a little knife, we get the desired shape that we want. Maybe we'll flatten off that top edge. But with a nice sharp blade and a steady hand, and this like density of foam, like, it just behaves really nicely when you want to carve it. So you see that bevel now, super clean all the way around. And if I wanted to round that off more, like, I can even just take off the thinnest little layer. See how wafer thin that is? And that's because we got this high density foam. So that's essentially what I would do for everything. It's kind of like whittling with a bit of wood, and just however little or however much you want to remove, like, just kind of slice it back. As well as the scalpel, we have edging blades. Hue, hue, hue. So it's just a single, kind of like almost like a razor blade, essentially. But what I would do with these is bend them ever so slightly, so you get a little curve. And then you can just chamfer the edge back. Now this is what we did on Star Wars for that's the snake. Literally every scale was hand carved with blades like this. So like by the end of the day, my hands were raw because like trying to hold these and then push them through the foam, they are not comfortable at all. It's like we were like wrapping the blades with a bit of masking tape to try and protect our fingers a bit. But like we'd just slice through and try and make like a miniature one. That would be fun. Let's do it. So they were kind of like little fingernail shaped, really. But basically on the snake we had, I think, 3 or 4 different types of scale, because obviously we couldn't just make every scale the same and hope that it would kind of bend and twist in the way that we needed to, and it also needs to kind of be able to move its neck and stuff like that. So not every scale was different. Yeah, there were like 4 different types. So if we knew the body was going to curve in a certain way, there would be different kind of pattern shapes for the scales, which is pretty cool. It was all very thought out and professional. But yeah, I think high density foam and a sharp blade is literally all you need for carving up the foam. And like as soon as you feel that blade going sharp, either sharpen it if you're willing to spend the time and effort to sharpen up a blade and keep it going. I tend to just swap mine out because I've never found that at least the way that I sharpen my blades is not going to give me back the same amount of sharpness that I need. But yeah, you can just remove such little slices with these with the high density foam. And then all we did with the details on the snake is just run vertically through the foam. Ah, fuck! It's caught myself. Owie! Would do it with a big pointy blade, wouldn't I? Yeah, we'll just remove. Don't know if you would see it. You can see my bloody finger.